So guys, we're here. It's East versus West 5 edition. So edition number 5. Every time when you like already think it was so big, huge, and you expect nothing can be better than that. So every time next edition is really better than previous. So this is amazing. Well, the legends here, like the guys like John by himself here, and like guys like Dave, Devon, all the best, all elite arm wrestlers actually are here. Like a lot of guys just come here to watch and to be a guest because it's a really pleasurable. It's really amazing. And we have the guys who are actually the match of the night. It's legendary, the GOAT of arm wrestling, John Brzenk by himself, which will be pulling with the Oleg. So Oleg is a guy who actually is a student from legendary Andrei Pushkar. If you don't know, he was like growing up by school which was founded by Andrei, and actually the 15th was the day when was the day when the Andrei passed. So it's 4 years ago happening. We lost our good friend, and always like his goals go forward with the guys who continue his aims and goals. And Oleg Petrenko is actually one of the guys who continue the aims of Andrei, and always we remember Andrei like not like a great champion, but also like a teacher, like a father, like a great good friend of us, and the guy who support young people who opened and just opening the arm wrestling world for themselves. So I wanna ask guys about how they feeling before the match, because we arrived yesterday. For somebody it was short trip, for somebody it was a longer trip. John, how you feel before the match? Like, it's of course not your first match. You have like the biggest number probably of the matches. How you feel? You feel relaxed?
I'm feeling good. Yeah. No, I always have a little bit of a problem getting used to the time zone. I mean, it's a long flight for me. I have 2 stopovers, one in Minneapolis and one in Amsterdam. So I didn't get much sleep last night, but come 7 a.m. this morning, I slept like a rock. So
yeah,
I'm feeling good. I'm glad the tournament's later in the evening, so everything should be good. Running on all cylinders.
Yeah, sleeping is always helpful. And I have interesting question for you, because you probably also remember Andrei as the same as I mean, you pull with him a lot of times.
Of course.
Yeah. And do you remember what was the difference between when you pull Andrei the first time when you meet and, for example, last time before
he
lost him?
Yeah, of course, huge difference. He kept progressing, kept getting bigger, kept getting stronger. I had the opportunity to pull him, I think, when he was still a teenager. So, and he was even tough back then. But he was number 1 in the world. Well, he was vying for the number 1 position in the world. The arm wrestle Dennis, I guess. That week, right? Yeah. So when the accident happened, he was actually going to that tournament, right?
Yes.
So that quite a shame, but in my mind, he definitely would have been the best, and would probably be giving Levon the run for his money right now. So,
what is your expectation about did you watch his match before? If you need to rank him before in the top 8, because top 8 never starts in this category, but of course everyone's discuss who's number 1, number 2. So where do you rate him for example, today?
I expected to see him in the semifinals or finals. You speak of the top 8, so yeah, he was definitely the top contender, the name that came up to be the guy that was going to be at the final. I had an opportunity to arm wrestle the name that was mentioned to me quite a bit on the last East versus West Ungarbayev, and fell short. But so I'm very excited to see where I stand with Mr. Petrenko, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, no, it's a blessing that I've had the opportunity to pull the 2 guys that names came up the most for the guys to win the top 8. So very good opportunity.
Yeah, I believe that it was really, really elite level guys, and you always like the special guy. They when they pull with somebody else, it's probably not the same thing. Right. To pull with you, for them it's first honor, and second they always try even some pluses for their best.
Yeah,
you know,
they come in. They
extra
always come in
motivation.
extra tough.
Yes,
So
extra motivation.
I have that curse against me, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, and about your previous match with Andrei, like in the first round, everybody was thinking, and also me, that it will be like continuing that way. What was happening? Like you feel that something goes wrong? Or not?
I don't know what happened. To be quite honest, I don't know if it was just a mental letdown or just the start, the referees. I mean, I'm not blaming it on anything. I'm just trying to figure out what happened between the first round and the second round that make me get out of position like I did. But it was my own fault. I feel like it was my own fault, stupidity, to fight as bad as I was fighting in the position that I was in. But I still felt like I could still possibly win. And then it ruined me. It's impossible for me. Well, I shouldn't say it's impossible. I've been trying to work on it. The endurance factor is a big thing. When you only have 90 seconds to recuperate, and you get your hand forearm blown up, I'm just not able to bounce back to a level to be competitive again. So I knew after that second round, I looked out to the crowd and I looked to anybody that I knew, and I was like, that's the end of me. I'm done. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to bounce back in 90 seconds. So Ungarbayev, yeah, definitely on my list of wanting a redo. I wanna try to rectify that. I think I'm right there. I'm strong enough. I just need to be smart enough.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people now thinking and also asking about potential and maybe not potential match between you and Dennis, because it's like guys who pull so much time before, like a long time before, and now you're already like, you know, you're always in a good shape, and Dennis comes to some shape that he already also interested to pull, and he tells me personally that he wants to pull with you.
Yeah, just super excited that he's even got me on his list for his comeback. I feel honored to have him feel so highly of me to want to feel like that's a good test for him. So for sure I'll say yes to that match. I mean, I don't think I'm completely out of it, but I'm for sure the underdog, even with him having a little time off the sport. So, but yeah, very very exciting match for me.
Yeah. Now about Oleg, I will ask Oleg, of course, in Ukrainian, and we will translate. Олег, дуже приємно, що ти тут на такому великому рівні чемпіонату. Ти з легендою сидиш з Джоном Брзенком, з яким колись боровся твій наставник Андрій Pushkar. Коли він починав, він програвав, пізніше він вигравав. Тобто він, можна сказати, в Джона на очах ріс до рівня одного з найкращих і став найкращим на світі рукоборцем. І всім дуже приємно, фанатам Андрія, дивитись, як ти продовжуєш його справу. І теж зараз ти на цьому так само найвищому рівні на чемпіонаті, на якому ти будеш боротися з легендарним Джоном. Які твої відчуття, і які твої сподівання, і які твої очікування, так сказати, і переживання? Зараз за хвилиночку я тільки переведу на англійський, і ти почнеш відповідати. So I asked Oleg about his emotions before the match with legendary John, because like I said before, John was pulling with the our legendary Andrei Pushkar, which was teaching Oleg, and Oleg was also growing on the gym of Andrei, and for him it's also a big honor to continue the work which was started by Andrei, and the level, of course, is very special for Oleg. So I asked him about his emotions and about his thoughts before the match.
Так, справді, Джон – це легенда армреслінгу, це один з тих армреслерів, на яких я рівнявся з самого дитинства, з самого початку своєї кар'єри. Це Джон і Андрій Pushkar, мій тренер. Відчуття переповнюють емоції, тому що з легендою армреслінгу мені завтра потрібно буде боротися, і це мене мотивує. Я дуже поважаю Джона, але завтра постараюся зробити все можливе, щоб перемогти.
Okay, so Oleg says that it's very exciting, very special day for him, because for him there is two legends in this sport, which is beautiful example of brave heart and very big power in the hands. It's John and Andrei, and he's very feel honorable that he is now here near to the John, and tomorrow he will be fight with extra motivation, like he says, because this is a special day and he feels extra motivated and he feels some responsibility for the representing of the level this Pushkar school. So he's feel excited and feel emotional and he doing all his best to show the best level of our wrestling tomorrow. Олег, наприклад, якщо вдасться перемогти Джона, чи будеш ти відчувати себе номером 1 в цій ваговій категорії? Чи ти будеш дивитись ще на когось, як на потенційного суперника, якого треба перемогти, щоб нормально з чистою совістю сказати, що ти номер 1 в своїй ваговій категорії?
Якщо мені вдасться перемогти, я не зможу себе рахувати номер 1, тому що є ще Кадиргалієв Нургабаєв, з яким я б хотів поборотися, якщо зможу перемогти, і тоді вияснити, хто дійсно найсильніший в цій категорії.
So I was asking Oleg, if he won, he thinking already that it will be number 1 spot, or he feels that he needs also to defeat another opponent to say it with calm heart that now, okay, I'm number 1, and he's answered that he thinking that previous match have the responsibility also to pull with Kadirgali Underbayev from Kazakhstan to pull with him, because he defeated John in the previous match, even if it's a little bit controversial, but the official scored that Kadirgali won, and he also will be wants to pull with Kadirgali after. But for now, of course, he concentrated with the John. It's a most important match in his life. Okay, now probably Isa wants to ask something about East versus West, about this match.
Yeah, absolutely. So of course we're gonna ask some predictions about the main events, and other than that, I want to add something about your match with Kirigali that you had. I knew that you were a little bit sick. Also, Ermes keep telling every time he heard about it, it's like John was sick. He was not in his best shape. I saw him; he was like all tired and with the beard and everything.
Unlike an open tournament, though, you can't just say I'm decided I'm not going to come. I mean, you got obligations. You tell people that you're going to be there, and I felt. I tried to get out of it, to be quite honest with you. People say, well, why did you show up? Well, I actually did try to say I'm not coming, but then I got kind of shamed into the fact that, well, come on, you got to come. Everybody's expecting us. So
It's what makes him the GOAT, right? Like consistency, longevity, bravery, having the courage, and just going through opponents all the time. Like with Arsen also, he lost, but he went through and he accepts the loss. That's incredible. Like if he loses, that's okay. I lost, whatever.
It's big brave.
Even if it's controversial, I have to say.
Actually, it's a big brave to not be afraid to lose, even not in your best shape, and continue.
Yes.
Like you just don't want to look like your power, but your real power in your heart. You know.
Absolutely. That's what makes John the GOAT.
it always makes the comeback sweeter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And it's so funny because every time Adam said, no, John was sick. If he was good, he would just destroy the guy. So we will see it. But it's gonna be an amazing match. Like Oleg seems to be in incredible shape.
Yes, he says that he's
like
the best.
30% more than Zloty, so it's gonna be fantastic. I would like your predictions about the main event. For example, Dave Shafee and Ermes Gasparini. Who do you think would win? Like, what's gonna happen? What do you think?
So close, super close. Two contradicting styles. I mean, Ermes just got tremendous posting, back pressure, top roll. I mean, if I was gonna say that he's the best on the planet right now at doing that, then I said I think he's got good chances against Dave. I mean, let's look back. I mean, I know it's been 3, 4, 5 years, but Travis was able to do something with Dave when Dave was in incredible shape with the WAL. So I know Dave is susceptible to a hard hit like that and that back pressure. But then again, Dave has progressed. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. He's been competing against top guys. So he's probably, well, Hermes has also. But so it's just going to depend if Dave can be smart and maintain his hand and wrist, have a little bit of protection with some back pressure instead of always just trying to control the match. If Dave is able to maintain his hand and wrist and attempts to control and can control Hermes, it's going to be an easy victory for Dave. I think he's got the arm strength to definitely take Hermes down. But if Hermes is able to stop it with the back pressure, if Dave's hand gets flattened out, Dave has been known to get pumped up awful quick, and it turns Dave from a monster to kitty cat. So, interesting match, very close match.
Yeah. And what Alex thinks about it?
Питають, які твої відчуття щодо інших матчів, якщо говорити про Дейва і Ермеса, як ти вгадаєш, який буде результат поєдинку?
Ну тут також рівний поєдинок, але я більше перевагу надаю Ермесу. Думаю, що Ермес, можливо, там 3-2, 3-1 переможуть.
So Oleg thinking that he feels that Hermes will be the favorite of the match, like 3-2 or 3-1, because of his preparation for this match and like his energy. So like Oleg believes that Hermes will win.
Yeah. Awesome. My next question is for Oleg, is because he's the closest guy we have that can speak about Pushkar in the best way, I would say. He's like his best student and all. I would like to him, like, I know Pushkar was an amazing champion, awesome athlete, but I knew he also had a very big heart. Like, he would help a lot of people from the club where he was. Like, if you had an illness or something and he would just let you train for free, he would pay for your travel to go and travel there. So like, could he describe Andrei, like what was his best characteristic, what his personality looked like other than the athletic side, like what he was as a person also?
Олеже, хочу запитати тебе як людину, яка була дуже близька до Андрія і знала його не тільки як по результатах спортивних, а тільки і теж по життєвих, і, так сказати, по тому, який в нього був характер, що всі бачили, що він, наприклад, мог допомагати тим, хто тільки починав і не мав змоги часами морально і часами фінансово їхати на чемпіонат. Він підтримував молодь, він також наставляв, він підбадьорував і показував цим, наскільки для нього це багато значить, наскільки він насправді людина з великим серцем і наскільки він людина, можна сказати, наставник для всіх, хто починає в його клубі. Питання було, як ти можеш характеризувати Андрія не тільки як спортсмена, не тільки як чемпіона, а просто як людину, яку ти знав, можливо, найближче з усіх, хто тут присутній?
Ну, Андрій насправді дуже хороша людина, яка ніколи не могла сказати там ні, завжди чимось допомогти. Ми завжди до Андрія зверталися не тільки там в плані спорту, а в плані житті. Він завжди допомагав словом, ділом, як міг. В плані змагань у нас ніколи не було проблем, поїздки на змагання, завжди Андрій все організовував, все нам допомагав. Там, якщо навіть не вийшло йому самому поїхати, він нас відряджав, все було завжди на вищому рівні. І Андрій в житті був дуже доброю людиною, такою хорошою. Такий він був з вигляду великий, там багато, можливо, хто там боявся, але насправді він такий добряк по житті.
Yeah. So Oleg's answers that, for example, Andrei always looking a little bit even scared, a little bit like big guy and tough guy, but in real life, this Andrei was a guy which is humble with big hearts and always take care about all guys like in one family. That he support and help to young athletes who was not able but want to go to compete. Sometimes he just take the money from his pockets and support these young athletes on competitions, on their preparations, because he knows by himself like how it's hard to begin, and he create a special atmosphere, the atmosphere of family, the atmosphere of supporting on his club, and people was always feeling happy not to be better on this club, but also they feel support, they feel like they are all brothers and they have one father who was Andrei. And like Oleg says that Andrei was really humble, like inside he was very warm person and a person who never says you no, who always support you. And on the table he was absolutely warrior and absolutely beast, but in the real life he always was your best friend and support you by everything he can. So that's the answer of Oleg.
Awesome. John, I know that you fought with Pushkar a few times. I remember in Zloty the first time you won with him. And after at Russian A1 he kind of beated you. And at one point, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that Andrei was the strongest arm wrestler you ever felt, like strength-wise.
His hand and wrist, and he had an incredible hit. I mean, there was nobody that I was more intimidated by before they said go than Andrei. I mean, maybe the only other guy I compare him to maybe would be Richard Lupke's. I mean, he had that intimidating factor, but you knew it was coming with Andrei. I mean, you knew that you were. And your mindset kind of changed because you knew you couldn't hit into it. You almost had to try to absorb it because he was going to hit you.
He was that strong. It's crazy.
Everyone remembered the face of Andrei before the goal. Everyone says it's the scariest face of arm wrestling before the ready goal.
Yes.
Andrei before the start. So yeah, absolutely amazing.
Unbelievable. I heard from a lot of people, they said that was this most incredible hit that you can feel like that. It's amazing. It's amazing. John, assuming you win with Oleg, who would you like to pull next?
Well, I think I don't know exactly what's happening with the heavyweight class. If Angrobayev is going to pull Orekle, I heard that that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's
so I would love the opportunity to pull the winner of that match. I mean, if Angrobayev's still on the top, for sure I want to pull him. But if Orekle wins, then I want Orekle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How does it feel to be your age, like 58, I guess?
58, yeah.
And like you won your first world title at 18. 40 years later, you're still like top tier competitor, arguably still the best in your weight class.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel?
I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel blessed and lucky.
He's too humble.
Yeah.
He's too humble.
Special.
Yeah. I mean, I know I've seen people. I mean, not that I haven't dealt with injuries, but. Knock on wood, I seem to have skirted the major ones. Not that I can't and wouldn't bounce back from even serious injuries, but yeah. I mean, I don't know why I'm different. I feel very lucky that I've been able to enjoy this competition at this high level for as long as I have.
Absolutely. So many decades pulling, no real injuries, arm wrestling related.
Right.
Like I know your shoulder issue was.
That was softball. Crying out loud, yeah.
John is not just an incredible athlete, but also the huge motivation for everybody.
Yeah,
because
it's amazing.
a lot of guys come to sport after they watching actually the John matches or watching like the film, the movie, the big movie. We all watch it, and sometimes just ask somebody where do you get the information about this sport. And I just watched John pulling John or something else, or just matches of John. So yeah.
And this might be a funny question. Do you realize, like, Muhammad Ali had a quote. He says, "My only issue is I don't realize how great I am." Do you
that sounds like he understood how great he was.
Do you realize how great? Like, do you?
I'm starting to feel it more and more. Honestly, I mean, people. I've lived through so many eras where arm wrestling is right around the corner. It's growing. It's blowing up. I'm like, yeah. I've been there, done that, seen that, heard that. But to be quite honest, the last couple years, arm wrestling has definitely gotten some traction and is definitely growing exponentially. So it's exciting for what the sport could possibly be in the next few years. So,
do you consider yourself the GOAT?
I don't know what that is. That's someone like
John is too hard to answer. Everyone's considered him the GOAT.
Yeah, it's a crazy label, right? I mean, how about a tiger or a lion or something like that? I got to be the GOAT. Okay. No, I definitely would like to get rid of that term.
So, Alex, you're 30, and John has been a world champion for 12 years before you was even born.
Yes.
Wow.
It's like amazing, because the mileage of this challenge is incredible, and that you just in this sport, and I also probably feel a little bit how much John loves arm wrestling, because arm wrestling it's not only winning, it's also hard training, pain in the arms after sometimes injuries. Sometimes you feel all like hardness of the sport. So you really needs to love it.
Yeah, so I agree. That's a perfect word for it because it's a long-term commitment. It's not like weightlifting. It's not, you can't get strong and then stop and then jump back. I mean, you have to be consistent with it. It's a long-term commitment for sure.
What are the matches you're looking the most forward to look?
Oh, like everybody else, the two big ones. But I forget that there's so many other just great matches. I mean, Mass against Sandras. I mean, super exciting. I mean, if there wasn't any other super matches here, that would be like super big highlight match for me. I mean, so plenty of great matches. But yeah, of course, I'm waiting. I can't wait to see if Evgeny sandbagged a little bit in Devon's practice, and Devon will be shocked and surprised.
Yes. And that is like flash
It
like,
seems
what the
like
hell happened?
to me it seems like he's got some
I
secret
think as
explosive material
Some
coming here
aces, some
tomorrow.
aces.
What do you think, Alex? Do you think Evgeny is your
You know,
compatriot?
I will tell you something. I
Yeah.
come here with some thoughts in my head, and now I all the time, honestly, all the time, listen that he's have no chance about Evgeny.
Yeah.
Okay, probably some guys in this room knows that I pull with both of guys.
Yes.
And in practice,
Very recently also.
Yeah,
You pulled with
yeah.
both of guys.
I will not tell that this is like absolutely not a mismatch,
Yes.
and absolutely not the one-sided match.
Mhm,
Of course, both of guys have some aces. This is the truth, which I can tell you guys. And both of them have even at least 2 or 3 plans and some even trick movies, like trick games during the setup or after setup. I believe that will be very hard for judge who will judge in this match, very hard, because they will be trying to cross a little bit the limits of the legal setup. Absolutely sure about that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it will be a little bit. But about the result, honestly, guys, if Devon will be in his best shape, I put him like a favorite. But I'm absolutely not sure that he is in a good or best shape now, because he is a brave guy, and he always take any challenge which is interested for him, and he just come in 1 month of preparation. It's honestly not long preparation. 1 month, it's not too much. And Evgeny is his absolutely best shape of his life. He was very, very prepared for Michael, which was like a very special match for him. And now he hunts even on a bigger fish. So I know that he will probably don't want to give it up and don't want to pin himself, even if it will be lead to that. And for me, like now it's really big secret, the level of the guys. And I'm really interested with what will be on the stage, what will be on the table. Like I said, I can put Devon like a favorite, but only in one case if he in a good shape. And now, honestly, I'm not sure about that, because the mind tells me that 1 month of preparation it's not enough. And that's why I think that it will be very, very, very interesting match. Because of that. Because now I cannot put somebody on favorite today.
I would argue that though, because I think Devon's, like I said earlier, preparation for arm wrestling, the rewards of all that hard work don't normally show up until months after the hard work, and Devon busted his butt for Le Mans. So this is definitely a huge carryover from the training that Devon went through to prepare for Le Mans. And I personally, I find myself stronger a month or 2 later after I busted my ass to focus on something, and I think that I peaked wrong. I need to do that more often. But Devon's vulnerable to a hard hit, a hard aggressive hit. That's where I see his vulnerability. If it stops at all, I think I would advise Evgeny to actually lay down. Yes. I know he won't. Yeah. His warrior attitude will be, I can fight with anybody, and I'm going to fight to the death. But I think he needs to be.
John, I need to ask you. I know that you and Devon pulled like 2 weeks ago, or
3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, short. Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah, and probably like your feels that of that practice that Devon was in a good shape. Yeah,
super shape. I could tell before we even stepped up to the table, just air grabbing him and grabbing onto his hand. It's like I felt like I was grabbing onto some old tree. Like, what the hell? You've done something. You're not the same skinny basketball player Devon that I used to know. He's thick and he's strong.